What if I told you there are still places in America where you can buy a house for less than the price of a tiny apartment in California, while millions of Americans are struggling with rising rent, expensive groceries, and impossible housing markets? Some states are quietly offering something most people thought was gone forever: affordable living. We're talking lower home prices, cheaper rent, lower taxes, and surprisingly decent quality of life. But here's the crazy part. Some of these states are actually gaining population fast because people are fleeing expensive places like California, New York, and Florida. So today, we're counting down the 10 cheapest states to live in across America in 2026. And trust me, number 1 might completely surprise you. Number 10, Indiana. Indiana has become one of the most underrated affordable states in the Midwest. The cost of living here is well below the national average, and housing prices are still relatively reasonable compared to most of the country. In many parts of Indiana, you can still find decent homes for under $250,000. And if you live outside Indianapolis, prices drop even more. Another reason people like Indiana is because it has a strong job market in manufacturing, healthcare, and logistics. Cities like Fort Wayne and Evansville are attracting families looking for lower living costs without giving up modern amenities. The downside: winters can be cold, and some rural areas feel pretty quiet. But overall, Indiana offers a solid balance between affordability and opportunity. Number 9, Kentucky. And honestly, this state surprises a lot of people. Kentucky has some of the cheapest housing in the eastern United States. In smaller towns, homes under $200,000 are still common. Even cities like Louisville remain cheaper than many comparable metro areas around the country. Utilities and groceries also tend to cost less than the national average. And for outdoor lovers, Kentucky has beautiful scenery: lakes, forests, and mountains. A lot of retirees are starting to look at Kentucky because of the lower property costs and slower pace of life. However, job opportunities can vary depending on the area, especially in smaller towns. Still, for affordability alone, Kentucky easily earns a spot on this list. Number 8, Oklahoma continues to rank as one of America's cheapest states year after year. Housing costs here are incredibly low compared to the rest of the country. In cities like Tulsa or Oklahoma City, rent prices are still manageable even for average workers. And property taxes are relatively reasonable too. One thing many people don't expect about Oklahoma is how modern some areas actually feel. Downtown Tulsa especially has been growing fast with new businesses, restaurants, and entertainment. The biggest drawback? Severe weather. Tornado season is something residents definitely have to think about. But financially speaking, Oklahoma remains one of the best value states in America. Number 7, Arkansas. Arkansas is one of those states that quietly offers an extremely low cost of living without getting much national attention. Housing here is really cheap. In many areas, the median home price is far below the national average. Places like Little Rock and Fayetteville are growing steadily because people are looking for affordable alternatives to larger southern cities. Arkansas also has beautiful nature, including mountains, lakes, and hiking areas. And unlike some overcrowded states, traffic here is generally much lighter. The trade-off is that wages also tend to be lower than the national average. But if remote work continues growing, Arkansas could become even more attractive in the future. Number 6, Alabama combines low housing costs with relatively low taxes and affordable utilities. For many Americans, especially retirees, that combination is extremely appealing. Cities like Huntsville have actually become major growth areas because of jobs in technology and aerospace. And despite that growth, Alabama still remains surprisingly affordable. You can still find homes in decent neighborhoods for prices that would seem impossible in places like California or New Jersey. The warm climate also attracts people looking to escape harsh northern winters. However, Alabama does struggle with healthcare rankings and education in some areas. Still, if affordability is your priority, Alabama delivers a lot for the money. Number 5, Mississippi is often ranked as the cheapest state in America overall. Housing prices here are extremely low. In some towns, homes can cost less than luxury cars. Rent is also among the lowest in the entire country. And daily expenses like groceries and utilities are generally very affordable. But there's a reason prices are so low. Mississippi also struggles with lower average incomes, poverty, and limited economic opportunities in certain areas. That said, for retirees or remote workers who simply want cheap living costs, Mississippi can still be an option worth considering. Number 4, Missouri offers a surprisingly good mix of affordability and city life. Kansas City and St. Louis both provide major city amenities without the insanely high living costs seen in other metro areas. Housing is still relatively affordable, especially outside the downtown areas. Missouri also has lower than average transportation and utility costs, and because of its central location, it's attractive for businesses and logistics companies. One thing people often mention about Missouri is how much value you get for your money. Bigger homes, cheaper suburbs, lower everyday expenses. The weather can be unpredictable though, with hot summers and severe storms at times. Number 3, West Virginia. West Virginia might be one of America's most overlooked affordable states. This state has some of the lowest housing prices anywhere in the country, and the scenery is incredible. Mountains, forests, rivers. It's basically a paradise for outdoor lovers. Many small towns in West Virginia still have homes priced well below the national average. The slower pace of life also appeals to retirees and remote workers. But there are challenges too. The economy is smaller, and job opportunities can be limited depending on the region. Still, if your main goal is affordable living surrounded by nature, West Virginia is hard to ignore. Number 2, Iowa. Iowa consistently ranks as one of the safest and most affordable states in America. Housing costs are low, crime rates are relatively low, and many towns have strong community-focused lifestyles. Cities like Des Moines have been growing because they offer a stable economy with lower living costs. Iowa also performs well in healthcare and education compared to some other affordable states. Of course, winters can be brutal, and if you prefer exciting nightlife or huge entertainment scenes, Iowa may feel too quiet. But for families looking for stability and affordability, it's a very strong option. Number 1, Ohio. And finally, the cheapest state to live in for overall value in 2026 is Ohio. Ohio has become one of the best combinations of affordable housing, decent job opportunities, and major city access. Cities like Cleveland, Cincinnati, and Columbus remain dramatically cheaper than places like Los Angeles, Miami, or New York. And unlike some ultra-cheap states, Ohio still has large healthcare systems, universities, sports culture, and strong infrastructure. Many Americans moving out of expensive coastal states are now considering Ohio because their money simply goes much further here. You can often get larger homes, lower taxes, and cheaper daily expenses while still living near major city amenities. Sure, winters aren't perfect, but financially speaking, Ohio is becoming one of the smartest places to live in America right now. So, would you actually move to one of these states? And if you had to pick one, which would it be? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe for more videos